10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Dire team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time. Radiant team pick.
Oracle.
Dire team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Juggernaut.
Alrighty, hello
Dire
guys.
team
Sorry
pick.
for the delay. We did need a couple of minutes. I'm still having a little bit of a tech issue with my co-caster. So Ryu will be joining us in about 5 minutes or so. He's just switching his PC. But we do have a draft for you. Team Redemption up against here in WePlay Season 3. The group stage continues. Press 1 if you want Nasi Goreng. Yep, give it to me, baby. Give it to me. Nasi Goreng, Nasi Lemak, give me some sambal. Oh yeah, I'm getting... Honestly,
10
the
seconds
past like 10 minutes I've just been thinking about Malaysian food. Oh, I miss the days, I miss the days.
5
I used to live in
seconds
Brunei.
remaining.
Oh, roti canai, Milo ice.
Reserve time.
Good stuff, good stuff. Right, the game has begun. Juggernaut first pick for kind of interesting. No Death Prophet. For them, no Queen of Pain touched. 2 heroes which the SEA scene has kind of liked recently. Picked them up early on, but the bans are the kind of cool one. Nature's Prophet and Bat Rider up against Redemption in Druid. Trust, while Signature.Trust they take the Oracle first pick. With that, and Team Redemption still very hard about what they're going to take up first, or first pick phase. I mean, Juggernaut plus Ven, such a bad opener. You kind of want to go for, you know, your carry plus a support maybe here. What other heroes can you really think of? You know, Queen of Pain I mentioned is out there. There's heroes like the Darkseer you could send towards the off lane. Pretty decently down there. Tusk is still a high priority pick for a lot of these teams. It's going to be the Wisp.
Radiant team
Gonna be the
pick.
Wisp for Team Redemption. Not sure if they look for a hero pairing here. Could be Wisp Juggernaut, not the best. The fact that Blade Fury does stop coming in from IO. For the Wisp Tiny, but then you've got 2 melee carries or 2 melee core heroes and the Juggernaut Tiny.
Queen of
Kind of awkward, but there's the Queen of Pain for Trust.
Radiant team ban.
My pro can send that towards the mid lane. Now I think Redemption start looking at banning out heroes like the Beastmaster. Get rid of Jab's Beastmaster. Honestly, he's been so good on that hero recently. It's a headache to try and handle that both in lane. Okay, you know, Juggernaut gets roared, Sonic Waved, and nuked down by Quap. Awfully painful.
10 seconds remaining.
Sure,
5
like
seconds
casters.
remaining.
Ready? You should be joining us in the next couple of minutes or so.
Radiant
And
team
another hero
banned.
that these teams have kind of enjoyed playing, you know, the Lycan plus Chen. Actually, that's another hero. Chen is still out there. Hasn't been taken up just yet. Pop art Marmite shirt. Oh dear. Yeah.
10 seconds
Yeah, I'm
remaining.
getting fat just thinking about just thinking about Southeast Asian food. It's making me fat,
5
honestly.
seconds remaining.
Oh boy. Yeah, but the Lycan ban.
Reserve time.
A lot of teams have been running this kind of Lycan plus Chen push strat, getting into these tier 1 tier towers, and basically, you know, ending the game within 20 minutes. I think the past couple of days, the past week or so, I had 3 or 4 games that have ended in like 19 minutes. Just, well, we've hit our timing, we're gonna go take your Rex, what can you do about it? You know, a lot of these teams, they don't realize, or they don't kind of think, or 3 or 4 steps ahead, point in the draft where they kind of click and say, hang on, we've got a wave clear.
Dire
Got no
team
wave
banned.
clear, and they're just going to push into our towers time and time again. And the OD banned out. Trust trying to deal with the counters to the Queen of Pain. Oh yeah, Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. Satay skewers. Oh baby, peanut sauce. Do I
10
want the
seconds
cast or do I want to eat
remaining.
roti canai? I want to do both. Oh, I want to do both.
5 seconds remaining.
322 viewers. Yeah, Jaro, good safe ban.
Dire team pick.
Carries that obviously the kills has enjoyed most over the past, I want to say like a year and a half. He's played, you know, like 80% Gyrocopter or something like that. There's obviously heroes like the Morphling. The kills was known for, you know, back in the day, back at TI2. Morphling, superb. It didn't so well yesterday. Sorry, today? Saturday. Do so well then. Or maybe it was
10
Friday.
seconds
It was
remaining.
like 3 days ago. The weekend kind of went pretty quickly for me. But he went
5
Midas on
seconds
Morphling, and
remaining.
it was one of those games where, you know, they just pushed in and ended it. There was nothing the Morphling could really...
Reserve time.
Kind of limiting his options there for carry heroes. Spectre is still out there, but okay, they don't ban the
Radiant
Beastmaster.
team pick.
Instead, they pick up themselves. Jab does not get his hands on it. I know, Team Redemption are not banned. This isn't a Valve tournament, guys. Redemption's only banned from Valve run at tournament. WePlay Season 3. Fine, they're playing in this. Trust, where are you heading now?
10 seconds remaining.
In Oracle plus Chen, it's not so bad. Oracle's a very good
5
laning support, can harass
remaining.
and zone people out. Or how he does up against the Beastmaster, though, with a double
Reserve
bore.
time.
Right-click attacks. That nasty man. Damage back onto you. There's one hero out there that I'm kind of wondering. Either of these teams...
Faceless
that's the
Void.
Enchantress. Faceless Void picked up. It's
Dire
unlikely
team
Trust
pick.
go for the Ench. Redemption do have the Beastmaster, so offlane Enchantress not something we're going to be looking at here. Void towards the offlane. We saw Aaron do this last night. He bought Iron Talon and went into the jungle from like level 4 by 3.5 minutes. Faceless Void jungling is actually insanely good with an Iron Talon. Clears through creep camps.
10
Time
seconds
walks off all that
remaining.
damage they do. Obviously early on it's like 20 second cooldown,
5
24 second
seconds
cooldown.
remaining.
As it gets further on into the game, that's 6 second cooldown.
Reserve time.
Bearable at least.
Silencer.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, the silencer. Silencer. This void is annoying to deal with, sure. But a lot of Trust actual team play and mid-game power comes from their combos. Blink in, or blink in with Faceless Void once he gets his items up. Chrono, Sonic Wave, they're looking for slow play here. Silencer kind of ruins all of that.
10
I'm just
seconds remaining.
They are lacking disables on Team Redemption.
5
want this Silencer
seconds
to be-
remaining.
You know, Silencer against Queen of Pain is a pretty good matchup for Silencer.
Reserve time.
He is just letting me know it. It's loaded Dota, but it's crashed again. Having some serious problems with the IT gremlins destroying his computer. But yeah, Silencer matchup against Queen of Pain. Quop kinda gets demolished in that 1v1. They need support that can come in and help from time to time. Team Redemption right now, they're lacking a roaming support. Wisp can kind of move from lane to lane, control runes. Need someone with some hard lockdown. Vengeful Spirit is still out there. Whereas like Witch Doctor, Lion has actually been played a fair amount in Southeast Asia. There's that big one. There's a Disruptor. With Glimpse back onto Quap, there's the additional silence from Storm against Faceless Void and Queen of Pain. The ability to lock them in place so Juggernaut can do a ton of damage onto them well.
Spirit Breaker.
Dire team ban.
Does this move Faceless Void into the 1 role? Or is this going to be a 4-role Spirit Breaker? That's what I'm wondering now. Spirit Breaker is a hero that can kind of roam in onto the Silencer and
10
cause a little bit of
seconds
havoc on that
remaining.
mid lane. Gain a good time.
5 seconds remaining.
Do want Faceless Void to be in the off lane. Spirit Breaker to be the 4 spot. And then they
Radiant
pick up
team
like,
ban.
I don't know if they want another ranged hero for their carry. Morphling? No? Something like that. Team Redemption do ban out the Terrorblade. Ryu has been loading in for 3 minutes. Oh god. Oh god.
10 seconds remaining.
I'm sure his game is broken. Death Prophet is still a hero that's out there though. So there's
5
the
seconds
possibility that, you know,
remaining.
Queen of Pain safe lane, Faceless Void safe lane, either
Dire
any of
team
these heroes really go safe lane, mid, off lane, up a fair amount. Team Redemption is the one that has to make the first move though. Pick up a hero right now. Apparition,
10 seconds remaining.
decent one here against, you know, Faceless Void, Queen of Pain, kind of counteract that combination play.
5 seconds remaining.
Again, they're still lacking on the stuns.
Reserve
Shaman
time.
wouldn't be bad, I don't think. Double Disable against Quap Spirit Breaker. Pushing power from the Serpent Wards. Wave clear with that Ether Shock. I think Shadow Shaman's a good pick if they are looking for another hero. There is that possibility that, you know, they could put Beastmaster mid, want another offlaner, have Silencer, Wisps,
10 seconds
Silencer
remaining.
support, Beastmaster offlane, need a mid hero. Both of these drafts are relatively open.
5 seconds remaining.
Even if it does look kinda obvious where they're putting heroes. Tiny Wisp combination.
Radiant team pick.
Tiny Wisp mid, Juggernaut safe lane with the Silencer. Master off lane. So they do go back for this. They go back for the Tiny Wisp. Honestly, the Beastmaster Silencer pick, you know, it threw me for a loop. I kind of thought Silencer mid against the Queen of Pain. They were looking for something else, which maybe Trusts were considering as well, but fortunately for them, they do have last pick.
10
Tells what they need and
seconds
what they want.
remaining.
So with this, what's the best... Oh,
5 seconds
Hello, Ryu?
remaining.
I can hear you.
Well,
Razor.
one thing's good. I take a while to load in right as it finishes the picks.
Oh, you're
That's
in?
how I like it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. So, looking at this draft, like I've been kind of talking about how both teams have been mind gaming each other with laning phase and where they're going to send heroes. I kind of know where they're going to put these lanes because of the players, but I don't know if you have some ideas of usual or different ways to lane this up. Like the matchups, it's going to be awkward for Team Redemption, I feel.
Yeah, they can do some funky stuff though. I mean, with Juggernaut, you can do anything. Honestly, giving Beastmaster 1v1 against Faceless Void bad. I think Beastmaster should come out ahead on that. As we've stated before, you have the 24-second cooldown on Time Walk. That doesn't mean it's going to be that helpful early on. So in a 1v1 situation where Beastmaster output a lot of DPS with his boar and stuff early on, that could be a good matchup. And then you just run the Juggernaut Silencer in the offlane. And if you have the Wisp potential coming in, tethering up the Juggernaut, that could be very easy kills. And the two people DC just like me. Yeah, it looks like I disconnected from the game. Yeah, everybody's disconnecting. It's fine. I'm back in.
Oh, I was telling you, I'm sure it's not just. I'm sure it's not just you. Like there's lots of people having, you know, FPS and crashing issues Dota 2. I'm certain it's not just your fault.
I got 259 ping. Oh, actually, my thing just froze again. Okay, well, at least I didn't take the tank that time. Silencer did.
Yeah. Well, they're reconnecting, disconnecting. Everyone. It's like a musical chairs here. One person in, one person out. Where's this guy? Breaker's TPing up the top. elves and sentries already. But yeah, my pro Queen of Pain, likely just gonna go mid, standard stuff. Lakel's Razor with the Feymao Oracle head down towards bottom lane. Gab off lane Void. It's the Spirit Breaker that's gonna be roaming around, but I kind of looked at this and I thought Sansa's gonna be Sansa's gonna be mid against Queen of Pain. The way they kind of drafted this was Wisp, Juggernaut, Beastmaster, Sansa, then finally the Tiny. And I thought, okay, the Sansa is for the mid lane. They need some stuns. But then they picked up the Tiny last. There was always that threat of the Wisp combination. And it looked like they're going to be heading towards the mid, Sansa support, Lance on the Juggernaut up to top safe lane, and they'll still throw the Beastmaster off lane. Team Action, they've got the kind of split push lineup, they've got a lot of mid-game power, and they've definitely got heroes that bounce off each other. They kind of do the seesaw thing, where Juggernaut farms the first like 10-15 minutes. God, more disconnects. And then Wisp Tiny farm like until from sort of 10-15 to 25 to get into Aghanims after. They do like the fighting farming back and forth between them. While Trust, like get to 15 minutes and then just fight. There's no bouncing back and forth. There's this, we farm until this point and then we just go and win the game kind of thing, right? They've got combo plays and they've got heroes that require specific timings for specific items.
I would say, yeah, it's gonna be hard definitely for Sig to go into the later stages of the game against this lineup, just because of the amount of pressure they can put everywhere on the map with the Wisp and the Beastmaster. And then it's actually gonna be really hard for them to gank up heroes too. Like what we saw yesterday, it was kind of like all on Synderen to really get stuff done with the Faceless Void, and he delivered. But this time they're gonna have a lot more backup content. They have Wisp relocate out. Side of TR, and at the same time they also have Silencer ulti to really negate Void's Chrono at the same time. So it's gonna be very interesting to say the least. We're gonna have to see Queen of Pain most likely go for BKB first, and I mean that kind of completely crushes the hero. But if she doesn't have a BKB or a Yules, I don't see her getting off spells in teamfights just because of the Silencer could be a big thing. But at the other side, could always just get a good Chrono or the Space Cow, get 100% fast chance or something, eliminate Silencer. So it's just kind of, yeah, we could see the Silencer too, no levels, like we saw the games yesterday in SEA where we had an Oracle level 4 and an AA level 5, and they already lost like 3 towers on their side. I don't think that's going to be happening, because Sig can't really pressure tower lineup, but a lot of kills early on. Like, use the rune control advantage, and go around the map, getting a lot of kills with Quap and Breaker.
Out.
I was gonna tweet, then I have
You have
15
issues.
minutes of shit hitting me. Damn.
Oh boy. Yeah.
No.
Oh, good stuff. So Razor plus Oracle. The kind of basic combo here is obviously, Zen plus Static Link, hold the Beastmaster in place, kill off the boars, kill off the hawks, and force Zhang Zai to back himself away. Kind of interested in the mid lane though. Where's Tiny against Queen of Pain? Because Quap, she
30
can blink,
seconds to battle.
still have this avalanche toss combination that's so difficult to get away from. Like if you're facing forward towards the creep wave, you have to turn and blink away. But Tiny's always going to be facing into you with the avalanche ready. Once they hit like level 3 or 4, kill potential is there on the Pain, right?
Yeah, and it's not even so much that, is the fact that you can constantly keep spamming it too. Like you're just gonna keep bottling up, getting the runes. Whereas Quap most likely can't in
battle
situations,
begins.
so it's just gonna be constant harassment coming into the Queen of Pain. We're gonna see Spirit Breaker solo mid. Yeah, I'm gonna be interesting to see. Normally, a lot of times what we do see is like a Witch Doctor or some hero paired with the middle hero, or an Undying, and they mid and they kind of shut down the Wisp early on. But I don't think that's the game Spirit Breaker. But I've seen other teams do that where they can punish the Tiny and the Wisp early on.
True. Like where's the Undying? Where's the Chen? Where are these heroes that we've seen relatively often in these games, both ignored? But so far, Spirit Breaker's heading up towards the top lane. The top lane! What doing? Go and try and force out the silencer, maybe? I mean, Faceless Void should have a good time here for the first initial, couple of levels, get some farm. No kill power from Lance or Mosin over on Jab's Void just yet. Like, he takes a bit of damage, and with a 40 mana cost on, just gonna backtrack it all.
Oh, it's just the 4-man shield too. Silencer has to be the most annoying hero to deal with just because of Glaives, and it doesn't draw the creep aggro, and it does a lot of damage. But hey, what do you know? You have a 4-man shield, and if anything gets too dicey, you just use Time Walk. But he has used 2 tangles already, so they have managed to chip away at him a little bit.
Just a tiny bit. But Mikasa, he pulls majority of the wave across the side. So I can go and contest this. It's going to get cleared out pretty well. Builds we've seen from Faceless Voids recently, Iron Talon has been pretty good. Go into the Satyr goes to no one. Caster's right click down a little bit here. Yeah, we've seen like Iron Talon, Fred, Vlad, Blink Dagger, Aghanim Scepter, stuff like that. Go for the full, you try and farm yourself in the jungle if you do need to head away from this lane, which is definitely a possibility.
Oh, he's Shadow Strike the creep. Correct.
Oh no! Is he gonna die here actually? Toss and another punch? Ew, that fairy! Well, I guess he was still okay. Enough HP. But my pro, scary stuff for this Queen of Pain, and that's without the Wisp even being there.
He wanted to save the Fairy Fire for later on. Top lane though, they got a charge coming in. So they will cancel.
Sure. Making sure Silencer stays back as Lance takes a bash to the face. They do have this double bash combo actually, Time Lock plus the greater bash. If they can get some RNG on their side, the Void and Spirit Breaker could definitely make life a living hell up here.
The strat. The never move strat. That's that's something to get both Pierce's spell immunity too. So that's your BKBs. That's your counter to the Blade Fury, guys.
It's a stand still, you fucks. Don't go anywhere.
That would be pretty funny though.
Good double
if they cancel one TP with a bash later on, Void is having a good time in the off lane though. They really can't contest him just because of his 4-man shield and it's a dual lane.
Like Lance has level 2 spin now. This is kind of what I was saying during the draft, is that don't have any good ways of locking heroes down. Beastmaster with the Roar, they've got Tiny with Avalanche Toss. Kinda why I wanted to see Sansa go mid. And then they pick up, like, a Vengeful Spirit. I wanted Shadow Shaman actually. Like, Rafter was the hero I kind of want for Redemption here. Double Disable against Quap. A good laning presence against, like, a Faceless Void. And then you can kind of push in towers with Serpent Ward.
I like the lineup a lot besides the fact that, the Ross is good. But if it was Silencer mid, I think Silencer would just crush and you just have a charge in with Queen of Pain, and then you're just gonna have constant kills onto it. Though I think the lanes at a really good place for Team Redemption so far. They're getting a lot from all their lanes, and Beastmaster is already level 4 on the off lane. They're doing a really good job.
By off lane you mean jungle. Like,
yeah,
Beastmaster,
he was in the off lane, now he's in the jungle.
Oh, they caught the Oracle. Cross forward with a slow turn, back to try and fight up against DDs. He's tiny, but he's gone. First blood goes the way of the Beastmaster, who now is close to level 5. Yeah, he spent a lot of the time over in this side camp.
Oh, stop! Charge up down.
Blink almost, and the bashes, the time walk back, getting away from the damage, and Mikasa takes the kill. Lance is now going to get bashed around a little bit. That curse is doing a lot of damage though, and the Juggernaut should be okay to walk this one off.
They had one bash there, Juggernaut was dead, I feel. Oh. Man, I see him die for Lance for some unknown reason. I just wanted to see them get the bash combo off, but it didn't happen there. Distic or something. In the end, that was really good. Pulling off the silencer there.
Finding Wisp come back in. Bottle straight back up. My pro has finally hit level 6, and he does have the Oracle sitting behind him. But this entire time, the one hero we haven't really looked at, Lakel's on the Razor. Class hits, 20 denies, Board. Red's Aquila, but what kind of build do you expect from this Razor this game?
go for the mech on his team, and that'll help them a lot for the sustain and pushes. Or you could just, I don't know, it's not a fodder, Redem, it's not a mid. Oh, it's off. Dead. Yeah. Trash, but I mean, you could say that Oracle can still go for it, but normally Oracle goes for the Etherlands, and I think they're gonna have time, and they really aren't gonna have a person that goes. Well, I guess Spirit Breaker's probably gonna be the one working on an urn, so need to shore up the urn as well as the mech for Signature.Trust, and I think they'll have a lot of potential to keep sustained pushes because that's what they want to do. They want to dive heroes, and then push afterward. That is level 6. But
What's that mango as well? Oh god, what's happening here? Mikasa? Oh no, he's already used the charge. Toss comes in and punches out, and Spirit Breaker dies.
pretty good use of the balls there from Nice. Going out, then going in while the charge is coming in. He almost got away, but not for guys. In this stack, now it's going to be cleared. They haven't even, yeah, they haven't a bottle.
Or have a toss combos. Or jab up on top. What are we looking at here? Quelling Blade, Ring of Regen. Kind of just got, you know, a thrift of items here. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Nothing in particular. He is getting right click down. He's gonna have to time walk this off. Can't stop, so there's no chrono, but Lancer just used his Blade Fury. Chance to go back in because Fame Out's coming back with a level 2 Purifying Flames. Jab just chronos him up. Lance, no. Oh, jab, jump forward. There's the chrono. Sun is here on the side, but he's got nothing left to give. They'll just nuke Lance down. No time to spin. He can use the mango, but it's all too late. Taken out by the massive damage. That 2.25 cooldown, 180 damage spell, Purifying Flames, which honestly the craziest thing in the world.
No, it's just you constantly spam. It's so good. Charge mid lane here. See if they get anything done here. That's a good opportunity to drop the wave. Nice toss away.
He's got 3 stick charges.
Link, scream.
Oh, and a fairy fire. Oh, the avalanche was coming off cooldown soon. My pro knew his limits.
Oh, bottom lane, they got the roar off. They got the Omni Slash, but is it gonna jump to the creep? Just back to Razor. What the? Oh, a body block.
Razor's still okay, and look at my pro comes back and he knows, oh, there's no mana left. Lance has no spin, no jumps. Should be dead here to the Quap as the stream comes back off cooldown now. Finish up. Oh, it's not Juggernaut's day. It just really is not Juggernaut's day. Fail to kill the Razor, and they lose their hard carry. Towards bot lane, so you know he's level 6. He misses out on farm at top. The Faceless Void is going to be at a point where he's out farming. In fact, let's have a look at net worth. Yep, the Void is 200 net worth ahead of the Juggernaut at this point. And the offlaner beating the one-roll hero, you know something's wrong.
Yeah, the top 3 in net worth on the side of Big. They've just been rotating around so good and efficiently. I mean, it just seems like every time we see a Void, it just does so well. Even if it just retreats to the jungle, it seems like they've just set up a lot of kills for him. And they're not going to get anything done on the Oracle here. I haven't really seen this tiny Whisk combo really pay off. They're both level 6 now. They're kind of online.
Relocate straight up the top, like he's saying, but who's they going to catch? The Spirit Breaker will get tossed up in the air, punched down, he goes. Something for their efforts at the very least, but back himself away as DDZ creates that barrier. Who was up here? Jab, TP's back to base.
Bottom tower is under attack.
They only get the Spirit Breaker down here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nope. See him down here. Only seen one roar. It's unfortunate that there was creeps around, so Juggernaut couldn't get that kill. But he's gonna be going for the Necro Book, obviously. Still kind of a far ways away. That's when you can start seeing a lot of solo kill pickoffs. Tiny did just deep down bottom as well, and they seem like they don't really have a plan. It's good that they are rotating around the map. Because you don't want to keep the Juggernaut and the Tiny up there. That's just wasting a lot of time, farming time. Oh, Chrono. Stun strike.
Where's the damage? Where's the Zeus ulti? I guess he does have his time dilation up. And MTR should be dropping the turn back as the Roar comes through, but the Sonic Wave catches them both, and DDZ trapped in with the Fortune's End now as it gets launched out. Ultimate plate and snares him up. And like elves, Here's the timing I was talking about. Trust 10 minutes in, they get their key levels and a few key stat items. And all of a sudden, like you're saying, they're diving, they're looking for kills, they're getting pickoffs. Trouble is, there's one little downside, they're not getting objectives from this. Not getting tier 1 towers, but they do claim full control over these lanes.
That's just yeah, it's really good that they are getting these kills, and that's kind of like when you're in those situations. Suiciding there would have helped out his team so much. Only one would have died, potentially none, because yeah, you would have got that suicide off, and it wouldn't have even counted for Sig. But it baited the Tiny and the Beastmaster in, so they had to stay and help his friend. But they had just immediately ran away, caught their losses. They would have just lost the Wisp. But yeah, good group up there, and Sig. The only thing I'm worried about is if they're gonna put a lot of pressure on the tower. So far, the mid one is at half HP, so a lot of action happening in mid lane where they will probably get this tower at least pretty.
Towers start pushing forward a little bit more because, of course, Team Redem have Juggernaut and Tiny. Scale pretty damn well. Unfortunately, there's Mud Golems and a Centaur camp over in this medium camp.
Yeah.
He's gonna have a little bit of trouble taking that down, but MTR, can you tether up to the north onto Mozun? Gets himself away. The arcane rune for himself, so nothing lost there.
Middle tower is under attack.
I would say they've been doing a really good job at stacking this second stack for the side of TR, and been doing a good job of that. At least they're keeping kind of up in the net worth with the Tiny in that regard, but there's just so many golems now looking at.
Dire's middle tower
He's attacking
is under
one
attack.
of them, all making small. Relocate bottom lane.
Low. Gonna go in onto the kills. The Razor, no, they take the Oracle down instead, but MyPro silenced up so he can't Sonic Wave. The trouble is DDZ. The relocate gonna try and drag him back. The TP Sonic Wave is there. The Chrono from Jab is just about gonna hold him in place as well. Not sure if that was needed. They're gonna try and hunt Zhang Zai down as well. With another strike forward, Mikasa. They've taken down 3 here, and that was an aggressive play from Team Redemption as the bashes come through from Void and Spirit Breaker.
Dire's
What a
bottom
selfish
tower is
Spirit
under
Breaker, man.
attack.
You see that? He's like, hey, bro, you can take this. Oh,
You threw your Chrono down and didn't really do anything with it. You can have it. I'm actually not sure. Did the Chrono cancel the TP? Like, it was just all at once, you know? Chrono, Sonic Wave was just like, there you go, take it all.
Bottom tower has
Yeah, it
fallen.
was. He didn't know that the Queen of Pain was gonna ulti there, and that could have been a good play from stopping the relocate back, but it wasn't needed at the end of the day just because of that. And even if you chrono him, it'll still send him back. So he didn't start the relocate there. They relocated in, and it's so at the end of the day, it kind of would not help. But the biggest thing is Tiny didn't TP out immediately when Silencer casted his ulti. That's why he died. If he had done that, he would have lived, and his team wouldn't have been caught in the bad position. They still would have lost tier 1. Beastmaster would not have gotten off guard, as well as you have to now know, hey Beastmaster, there is a ward on that high ground, so they really need to deward it from the side of TR here. You did get charged right there.
Beastmaster, Necro book timing. Later and later in the day.
Is under attack.
Finally see some push onto the tier 1s here. You know, they took the one at mid a while back, but they're looking for the final tier 1 up at top. And what's next after you take out all these tier 1s? It's not like Trust have a great rush taking lineup, right? Want to continue fighting, take down more towers? Or is it more about the enemy
Dire's
jungle?
top tower is
Juggernaut and
under
Tiny,
attack.
they both need
Radiant's
a lot of
bottom
farm.
tower is under
Take control
attack.
of both jungles, then they're pretty much screwed as labs. Oh god, why? Why are you there? I mean,
Dire's
hello?
top tower has fallen.
he knows they've just been pushing top tier 1. I guess he thinks they've backed themselves away to go farm, but this Radiant Observable sees everything.
Maybe if this ward wasn't scouting him out there perfectly, he could have potentially gotten a kill on a solo support, and then they can have relocated. That's his mindset, but you have to always suspect, oh, bottom lane, they will get a free kill on the Spirit Breaker. Maybe they won't.
Or will they?
Probably, yeah, he's gonna get.
Oracle, what a magical hero. Look at that. Back up you go. With the Urn and Purifying Flames, he's perfectly fine. And the poor little Wisp, probably just gonna die here. 3, 2, 1. See you, buddy. into the Thunderdome you go, and completely screwed. The damage output here of Signature.Trust.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Happens when you're out of a ball.
The little balloon deflated and dead.
I mean, I didn't say it popped. That's just cool.
Did. Definitely popped. It didn't just slowly deflate, it was just BAM! Gone.
True, true.
Demolished.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Breaking with the Midas, you know, no Shadow Blade, no treads, nothing like that. Straight on in there. Like, you know, if you're thinking about the Juggernaut and Tiny, one slip up against this Team Redemption squad could put them back in the game. You know, could put their name on the map. Give them what they need to start progressing forward. Having that Midas is like a failsafe, as that mechanism to get yourself, you know, levels is good, attack speed is great,
Tiny.
Global Silence is there to try and save them up, MTR. Relocate for 10 seconds and the Chrono will hold the Wisp in place for... It's just holding it for later, honestly. Like a hamster with the food in its teeth. A chipmunk waiting with the acorns holding it. Mosen trapped under his own tier 2. The Sonic Wave is okay. There's a triple kill for the Oracle right now. Spamming out damage, and you know what? More damage. They're gonna have to try and back themselves up as Yomi Flash comes back onto the kill, takes him out.
Nice
and my
buyback.
throw, Blink ready. The buyback from Tiny, you're right, has definitely worked out here for DDZ, but the smoke away, not really
he
gonna
can
accomplish
toss,
anything. Onto Mikasa, down you go, Lance gets himself top of the Spirit Breaker's head, but Tiny, buyback here has worked out, and maybe he finds another one. Arcanes, P, Avalanche, toss, dead, Oracle, gotcha!
That buyback was worth it there. I want to... Nice fight.
Yeah. Come on, Fight Recap. No, come on, Fight Recap, please. That's still the same one. Still the same one. Should I press it? Come on. With the money.
Oh, it's only about 2,000 gold back. So they definitely needed that. Juggernaut went in there with a level 1 Omni Slash. And I can only imagine if it was level 2, he could have maybe cleaned up 2 people. And that also helps him because he's almost got his Battle Fury. So finally they caught up with the farm on their Juggernaut with that kind of overextension. But you can't really expect a buyback just like that all of a sudden when you're team wiping. But once again, man, they're just getting run at, and they're using Silencer ulti for defensive purposes. In case they're just trying to survive and they're not setting up anything. That's turning out to really hurt the side of TR.
They've nearly given the Juggernaut Battle Fury though. This is kind of what I was feeling, that, you know, one cock up from Signature.Trust, this is a massive cock up, you know, they lost a couple of heroes here and there, but a couple more of these could definitely put Team Redemption back in it. You know, the Blink on Tiny, head into the Aghanims next, the Battle Fury Jug kind of secures them that next period of the game. But Beastmaster needs to get into his Necro books. Get himself into Necro 2 and 3 to really become that threat. Honestly, he can go around solo killing people. Roar into Necro 3 can kill off Oracle, maybe even the Razor, but probably even Queen of Pain.
Yeah, it just seems like this Beastmaster has done diddly-do this game, and it's not all of his fault. The kill bottom lane was whiffed by the Juggernaut, and if you only imagine they had gotten that kill, that could have been Beastmaster's faster Necro 1. I mean, he was level 6 at 9 minutes in the game, and it's here 19 minutes in. He hasn't done anything really. So very unfortunate, and that's kind of what their lineup is based on. They just have to go around and getting these pickoffs, because right now Signature.Trust is overwhelming them in fights, and they just have a stronger team. Not much else, but yeah, this ward is definitely setting up a lot.
Roar go for this. I mean, Spirit Breaker's hungry, right? He wants the Wisp. Looks like they might just have him tether back to the Tiny. Big Rock Man will keep him safe, but over on the back end, oh, Zhang Zai, that's not where you want to be. Global Silence. Oh,
no, the Razor spot too.
Jab.
Oh, I didn't talk about
Lakel, Manta style out. Oh, the Omni Slash bounces to Illusions. Kells with the Manta definitely fucks up Lance's plans there as the charge cancelled out. Signature.Trust gets one, but they did expend, I guess, one big ultimate there with the Chronosphere thrown out. Oh, that Manta style, huh?
That's just a really good heads-up play. Hold on a second.
Bola.
Sorry,
Oh, poor Ryu.
kind of dying there.
Yeah, everybody's had it. It's the January flu. I mean, Cap, Toby, and I have all had it. Pretty sure the entire office has got it. Oh,
Dying
Mikasa.
like the spirit break.
Mikasa, nah. That's not how you want to be. He'll get purified up. He'll be fine. The magic damage is blocked out by Fate's Edict. Redemption. They just want some calm. They want to meditate while they're farming, but they just can't. Non-stop aggression from Trust here. Taking control of the enemy jungle, enemy ancients, Rosh pit. I don't want Roshan. Being around it.
Oh yeah, this is just really good heads up thing, and then they really need to split up the map side of TR, but at the same time, if you're splitting up the map against a Spirit Breaker and a Void, you're really susceptible to, Chronoed or Charged, and kind of what they planned on, but they have executed the early game really well, and it put them in this position to where, well, you're having a very scared tiny Juggernaut farming around the map, and as a result, taking this tier 1 tower, we also have the Faceless Void having that Blink Dagger on his way to his Ags now. Be the standard nowadays.
Going back to your point about Juggernaut and Tiny, you look at their position right now, yeah? Tiny's up at the top, taking a tier 1. He'll TP himself away, should complete before charge connect. But usually in a Tiny Wisp game, you want your Tiny Wisp one lane, and then your other 3 heroes kind of doing other things, maybe farming one lane, farming jungle, pushing and a little bit. But I agree that they're so afraid of what can come at them. Tiny and Juggernaut have spent much time together. So there's this massive kind of redundancy.
Yeah, farming the jungle together.
Yeah, there's this like redundancy of like space wasted by Juggernaut and Titan just because they have to be holding hands, and it's the body system. They're gonna get abducted or something by the Trust heroes. The Candyman's gonna come around looking for them, trying to lure them in. So Tiny and Juggernaut have to together.
I really like the itemization style. It's really good, as we saw for the Juggernaut Omni Slash. It also develops with silences coming out from Silencer. It just gives more targets. At the same time, it does kind of help the Juggernaut still, because he did go for a Battle Fury. So at least it won't be completely useless when he's Omni Slashing the Razor. But well, he's going an even tankier build now. Going for the Scotty next, and I just really like the itemization coming in from him. They don't necessarily need it, and I think in this meta, always nice to have 1 jumps, because it has 6 charges. You can constantly use it all the time, and in this meta, it's kind of like predicated on fighting early still. So I'm gonna use the charges early and often and ahead with it, and
Radiant's
pretty
middle
nice to
tower
have.
is under attack.
What's Lakel's making his ultimate orb? Scotty Razor? Like
I just said that.
I'm sorry.
I'm
just wondering about like Lincoln Sphere. I mean, Scotty still seems weird to me.
I can understand you're trying to do that, but it only blocks Beastmaster Roar. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but at the time I feel like he's trying to tank up as much as he can. They found the poor Beastmaster all alone. I mean, we might not even get to see what happens. They might just end the game here.
Might not even complete the Scotty.
Yeah, it could still be the Lincolns. I just think the Scotty's better for chasing as well as just the
Radiant's middle tower is
I mean,
under
they have
attack.
so much survivability coming in from Sparkle that, and he's always sitting behind his cores, so he's having good positioning. So I don't think I have to worry about him going for defensive items.
Can they defend this? No, they cannot. No glyph available. It's like Team Redem giving up a melee rank at the very least here. They're start grouping up. Juggernaut's still mid. He's gonna get charged here, but he'll spin TP, Chronosphere, ultimate in place. Kiev has caught the Juggernaut. I guess with a Time Walk away, he can dodge out an Omni Slash coming through. Forward, just get some bashes in. Come on, where are the bashes? Here, card. Nope, the castle sucked. Another strike, not even needed. As My Pro will secure the kill for Sonic Wave. Oh, Juggernaut, you poor devil.
Is under attack.
Is it all in now for Roche? Honestly, if Sig gets Roche, it's gonna be game, so can't contest it until Juggernaut is backed up, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant
Answering, to say the
structures are
least.
fortified.
Might even lose Wisp here. Yes, the defense relocate out. Like he might have to.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
He blinks back, but the Shadow Blade Spirit Breaker! There's the relocate. Where's the Wisp? Can we get here in time? Yep. Takes him back. Like you said, the Wisp will be the martyr. There's no way Wisp gets away. Actually, Wisp could potentially...
He doesn't have a glimmer. Actually, if he sells his...
Even if he sells the TP, he wouldn't have enough hold. That's what I was kind
Should
of
have sold his bottle, but I don't know. How much did he just lose there? He lost 300 though.
Ah.
They have sentries? Yeah, they had it. They did bad.
Not Roshan for Trust. With Beastmaster clearing through mid lane. And okay, Jug's got S and Y now. But trolling this Trust team, the lane, do push in up on the high ground. It's going to be difficult. Okay, Necro 3 arrives. Tiny has got Aghanim Scepter done. This is the point, like, Team Redemption, they've got all these tools which are kind of the things they need to go and bring themselves back into the game. It's just down to execution now. Allowed Trust so much space and time to get ahead by, what, 10,000 net worth at this point, and about 10,000 experience. Coming back into it, they need Trust to overextend behind tier 3s, behind tier 4s, get a big Omni Slash into someone like the Queen of Pain.
It's gonna be very hard to say the least. As you said, it's really coming back to bite them in the butt. They don't have any lockdown besides the Beastmaster and Tiny, and just really hard to get these kills when you have these huge spells, but Oracle can just spell them at any given moment. So now we're 27 minutes in the game. Finally finishes Necro 3, but you used to have Necro 3 about 50 game and solo killing people, but definitely been doing a really good job this game. And I'm not sure how they're gonna defend the high ground. It's gonna have to be, like you said, really good play. Honestly, they have to take out the Oracle first, but so I think the play is scouting out the Oracle with your Hawk, then you getting the roar on him, and as well as getting the silence ulti, because Faceless Void did go for this build. He doesn't have a BKB, doesn't have a man style, so he's not going to be able to dispel the silencer ulti, and you really do have to either blow up the Void or the Oracle, but it's going to be very hard.
Kind of one piece missing here for Trust to kind of shore up that weak link you're talking about. Once the Greaves on Oracle are ready, he dispels the silence on himself, then he dispels the silence on the Void, and then, you know, everyone's fine. The Queen of Pain can Mules, the Matter Style, the Lakels. Spirit Breaker doesn't care about being silenced, he'll just go and bash people around, it's fine. Point yet to get the Greaves on the Oracle, sitting off. This initiation from Redemption, but there's no Hawk out, no vision. Mikasa forces the spin from Lance with that fake out, never striking, goes straight back in. The Avalanche will stop the kills.
Tower is under attack.
Fast in his tracks. This tier 3 is dropping pretty quickly, and there's nothing done by Redemption anywhere else on the map. They don't have Tiny split pushing, they don't have Juggernaut split pushing. Natural creep wave moving towards the tier 2.
I mean, they realize that the situation, Wisp has to relocate somebody else. I mean, at any given moment, Void can just jump in on course, so this is a really smart maneuver from them. Try and go from behind. This is what I wanted them to do, but they just saw that now. They had to have just seen that. Now there's a roar. They're gonna pop him.
On Faceless Void, the only slash does 3 ultis just straight down into the Void, but the kills, he's still standing his ground. With a Skadi, he's got enough slow, but the damage output's not great enough. Trust, they're losing heroes here. Redemption, they've lost the Tiny wait for the buyback, but the Tiny comes back into the fight. The kill's still surviving through it all, and Mozan right-click down as the Tiny turns to kill Micro. There we go. That's also secure it, but Lakel isn't done just yet. He wants to kill off DDZ a secondary time, but now he just
blink up.
Still being held. They'll pop his first life. Heroes respawning. Another buyback here from the Beastmaster. Try and kill off the kills a secondary time. Lance should be able to crit through this one. The static link on the Beastmaster will not be able to drain damage away from the Juggernaut or the Tiny, and the kills dies. His dominating streak taken, and this maybe is where Redemption come back into things. Sure enough, 2 buybacks were expended. But they save the racks up at top.
And that's gotta feel good to call something right for one. And they got the perfect initiation. They really needed to blow up the void there, and that was the key that they basically kind of won that team fight. But at the same time, you saw this Razor punching them in the face. It wasn't a complete victory from them just because Razor just went ham on everybody, and they were forced to use the buybacks. How many on the side? Wasn't it 2?
2.
I know the tiny buybacks as well as the Beastmaster there. So they did survive. They did take out the Aegis, however, but another fight like that, and it's pretty much over, and it's gonna win. So it just gives them more time to buy some items. And what game changing for TR. I mean, they had the Sanjan Yasha, that last team fight for the Juggernaut. He's up to 3.3k, but game changer.
I'm looking back at the Radiant side again, man. Because that Oracle has Greaves now. So the same situation that Redemption had cannot happen again. He'll Greaves himself, remove the silence, and he'll heal up the Void. He'll save him from all that damage input.
Be very difficult to say the least. They're gonna need
Close to impossible. Especially the fact that they no longer have buybacks. You know, Team Redemption, Juggernaut, and Silencer now have buybacks available.
They're gonna need to have a Abyssal Blade on Juggernaut now. That's they need another source of lockdown. It'd be really nice for them to have, you know, a Shake, but that's anytime soon. And Juggernaut can manage to Abyssal Blade, sliding and solo kill Omni Slash, and then they focus the Roar onto the Oracle. Then they can win a team fight. But like I'm saying, all this has to be perfectly played. That last time was perfectly played. They still lost the team fight, and they were still forced to use buybacks. And I was kind of lagging out there, so I got it. Fine.
You sure you're okay?
I just start panicking because
you're on
I used to
hardcore meds.
Perfect world, man.
Yeah. Tiny's AC. Let it for this, I guess. With my back, there's no reason to save or hold on to your money. Talk your ass. Go, Juggernaut, down towards bottom lane. This lane pushed out as much as you can, but just see, look at where Beastmaster and Silencer are both standing. They're so far back.
And they were scouting with the Hawk. He was doing something. He was doing something. Give him some credit. It was picked off by the Razor, and then they immediately smoked out.
Point. Team Redemption know at least Trust are not knocking on the doors of their base. Mid. Pro, if he can move forward and scout someone out, he does have that Yule Scepter. In. Did they know? Pro just blinked Scream.
I think it was daytime, and they might have saw a glimmer of somebody.
Well, Ryu's dying to Ebola. At least he got away this time.
He's a great conductor.
It's like MTR will get away. The Wisp via TP. He's got his Glimmer Cape now at the very least. Back
Juggernaut.
up, but Juggernaut's the one that's been caught here. There's a strike into stun combo. He's gonna have to use his buyback here, it looks like, to get back into this game.
You really need to have Juggernaut having the item progression. If he doesn't have this, at least Basher and stuff, game losing. Like, that's their only chance back into the game. And I'm not even sure if they really, like, the last team fight was really nice from them, but I don't know how many more they can have. There is no Aegis, however, working with, but with Evasion now on Razor, they actually have nothing to really
Dire's top
against this.
are under attack.
But
And a Hex on Queen of Pain.
Dire's structures are fortified.
The Juggernaut bought Basher, right? Then he sold it?
I didn't buy Basher, he just bought the Javelin, and
Yeah, he did. I saw the pop-up appear. He bought it at one point, and then must have sold it because he didn't have enough money to buy back. There's the silence, but the Roar! The Roar's not there! He's hexed up and now lands. Omni Slash is ready to get backed up and control the Spirit Breaker! Just batting the Jugger around. He cannot Omni Slash. They've lost the Juggernaut. You're sure right. They did miss the Chrono, but it doesn't even matter. Lakel with his right-click DDD down. He's got no damage left. He's just been sucked out and drained. until he's gone and down in the grave. The GG is called, and Team Redemption, they tap out.
By a head. That's very dissatisfying when you kind of expected one team fight, then the next one you completely crushed just because, I mean, like you said, you have Greaves to work with at that point. Deep stick now, kind of canceling out. He's like, oh, I can't roar anybody. Who do I roar? Who do I? And then those 2 seconds of thinking, it was easy. Just they didn't blow up the void that time, and all in all, Signature just kind of won this game kind of from the get-go.